Now boys, when you think of shonen anime, more often than not, you think of an action-packed adventure typically centered around mainly one protagonist, right? Like some really good examples of Bleach, Dragon Ball, Naruto and One Piece. Now sure, those are some of the big hitters among shonen anime, but I'm sure you get the idea. Now if we look at Beyblade and just all the shows since the very first show that first aired back in 2001, they all follow that exact same formula, which is to be expected because I mean, well, it's a shonen, it only makes sense. Now the general progression for your typical shonen is basically something like an underdog story, and most people love a good old underdog story. And in a nutshell, this is the formula for your typical shonen. Number 1, the call to adventure. Now every hero begins humbly, whether it be a small village, a school or a mundane life. Here is where we meet our protagonist, often an underdog brimming with potential but lacking polish. Good examples are of course Naruto dreaming of becoming Hokage, Luffy setting out to find the One Piece, and Deku idolizing All Might. Their world is usually simple until something disrupts it. Number 2, the catalyst. This is typically a turning point that propels the hero into the unknown. This could be discovering hidden powers, a loved one being taken, or a major conflict that forces them to act. This is where purpose is born, the first spark of a long, arduous journey. Number 3, the training and team building arc. Shonen thrives on growth through effort. The hero meets mentors, trains relentlessly, and assembles allies, often forming a core team. Expect camaraderie, rivalries, and comedic relief. This is where the heart of friendship beats the strongest. Number 4, the first real conflict. This is a taste of the greater world's dangers. Our protagonist faces a superior enemy, loses or barely survives. This defeat, however, isn't failure, it's a narrative forge. Through struggle, they begin to understand what it truly means to fight. Number 5, the power system expansion. Shonen worlds run on logic, be it chakra, nen, cursed energy or ki. This stage introduces rules and limitations, keeping fights strategic rather than arbitrary. And this is where the audience learns the framework that governs power progression. Number 6, the rival and the shadow. A strong rival appears, often embodying what the protagonist lacks, whether it be discipline, ruthlessness, or just pure talent. Their clashes push both of them forward, crafting some of the genre's most iconic moments and relationships. Now good examples of this are of course Naruto vs Sasuke, Goku vs Vegeta, or Gon vs Hisoka. Number 7, the mid-series tournament or major arc. Almost every shonen has one, a grand event showcasing diverse abilities, ideologies, and world building. This is where secondary characters tend to shine and fan favorite moments are born. It's a proving ground and a test of both strength and spirit. Number 8, the dark or tragic arc. After light-hearted triumphs comes darkness, loss, sacrifice, and betrayal. This arc deepens the tone, matures the hero, and raises the stakes. In many cases, this is where a shonen sheds its youthful skin and becomes a legend. Number 9, the final war or ultimate confrontation. This is the culmination of everything learned. All allies return, power-ups are earned, not given, and the main antagonist reveals their true philosophy. The protagonist must overcome not only the villain, but also their own limitations. And finally, number 10, the epilogue or passing of the torch. At this point, the world is restored, changed, or reborn. Our hero has grown wiser, perhaps scarred, but victorious, and they pass their ideals to the next generation, closing the circle. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, that is the shonen hero's journey, a cycle of perseverance, self-discovery, and unwavering resolve. And to be quite honest with you, it is a chef's kiss of a formula. Now to fully hook the audience, the first 6 aspects of the shonen formula have to be introduced relatively quickly. Now the entire Beyblade Burst series did this pretty well, and from the first to 3rd episode, brother, you were hooked. And more often than not, they pretty much hook you with just the first episode. The protagonist first loses, then redeems himself by either winning or losing again, but the loss is a very close fight, and both scenarios require a necessary display of power and potential from the protagonist. And that's typically how Beyblade introduces their protagonist, which still works surprisingly well. Like take our Evolved, for example, from Beyblade Burst. There's no way you are gonna sit there and tell me seeing this in episode 1 of Beyblade Burst didn't give you goosebumps. Brother, I'm pushing 30. I'm old enough to have a little mini-me running around my house, and I still get goosebumps watching this even 9 years later. So why do I bring this up? Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is where I'ma go completely off script, because Kazami Bird has to be one of, if not the most cucked protagonists in the Beyblade franchise, if not anime as a whole. Never in my life have I seen a protagonist hold this many L's without a single fucking W. And the one time he gets a win, we are already 92 fucking episodes deep, and the battle takes place in a basement of a fucking sushi restaurant, not on the big stage. And that right there is when I knew this win was going to be complete fucking bullshit, because the story's justification for the win not being legitimate is the most contrived sack of shit I've ever seen just to progress the story, which completely undermines Kazami Bird as a character.
俺にわざと負けたんだ。勝ちじゃない。
Fuck you. Oh, fuck you, fuck you. Fuck you, fuck you. Fuck, 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 fuck.
Brother, please explain this to me. How the fuck did you have 5 different Beys but not a single fucking win under your belt with either of them?
Hey yo, what the?
Homie had more Beys than he has wins. That shit is just fucking wild to me. Like, the story has fucked this character so hard, it's unbelievable. Now it kinda makes sense why the shit show is rated a 6.6 with Beyblade Burst chilling at a 7. It's like Beyblade X hates their own fucking protagonist. Sure, the Burst series wasn't perfect. Some might even argue that the Burst series was the beginning of the decline for the Beyblade franchise. But at least they weren't repeatedly cucking their main character out of a win every chance they got. Now I think I know why they call it Beyblade X. X obviously being in reference to the unknown variable, but in this case, X might be in reference to Kazami Bird's wins, cause that shit is fucking nowhere to be seen. Brother, at this point, Beyblade X at the time of me recording this video is 99 episodes deep, and this motherfucker still doesn't have a single legitimate win yet. And don't you dare count episode 92 as a win. That shit was a fucking insult to every other MC in the franchise. Like, the fans were so desperate for him to get a win, they just straight up claimed that as a legit win. That is how far the fan base has fallen. Now for me personally, the biggest insult was episode 51, Kazami Bird versus Kaminari Shiru. This was easily the highlight of the show so far, but getting cucked out of a win because your Beyblade cracked mid-extreme finish is some next level bullshit, I tell you. So let me get this straight. Bro is apparently so cracked at the game now that he literally cracked his own Bey, which is an obvious indicator that he's gotten a lot stronger, right? Then please explain to me why this motherfucker gets like 10 times weaker since this battle. Homie keeps going from bad to worse with each passing episode. Episode 51 should have been his big payoff, but no, the fucking story writers had to rob him of that too. Episode 98 should have also been another big win, but the most he could manage was a draw thanks to the power of friendship, because this bitch boy is too weak to do it himself. Anyway, to conclude this video, Kazami Bird is easily the worst protagonist in the entire Beyblade series. Beyblade X as a show is mid at best, and in my opinion, it's the worst show in the franchise. And as soon as Kazami Bird gets a legitimate win and stops going on a never-ending lose streak, this is when I will pack it up and call it a day, because that is literally the only reason I'm still watching this godforsaken show. I just want to see that little shit get an actual win. That's literally it. That is the only reason I'm still sticking around, to suffer through this shit. But yeah, that's the video.